Morning, guys. Good morning. Thank you to those who attended the session last night. So you guys should be a little ahead of others who did not. Right now, homework is must in this market. I mean, that's your account, your money. The more work you put into it, the more you try to understand, the better decision making you'll make, and better decision making, more money you'll make. As simple as that. You'll be more right on the plays that you'll do. But if you're someone that just wakes up at 9:30, and I mean, unless you're a multimillionaire, you know how the market works. That's a different story. One day, I also wish to get to that part where I just wake up or look at the markets for maybe 5-10 minutes in a day. That's it. Right? But I'm not at that level yet. Um, you know, what to look out for today? Right? Some market notes. Not much going on for the week. Right? There's not much of a calendar. But what's going on is a lot of news. A lot of news around the world. In Turkey, they already had a limit down in one of their indexes. Right. Personally, I'm not saying the same thing's gonna happen here. I mean, two different markets, obviously. Right. But it's just good to know the global indicators. Right. Sometimes they lead. On Friday, obviously, we had a little indecisive day, right? We did close red, obviously, and now this is becoming more and more clear as the days go by. And overnight futures are down huge, or down 1%. SPY is down huge. Minor recovery early, but 450, we're basically opening in this zone on SPY right now. 450 in this zone, right? And below 50 DMA, which is not good. Right at the open, there will be some green candles, in my opinion, right? I think, and volatility will be high, given a negative gamma, right? When there's negative gamma, please do some research. I cannot explain that right now, right? But negative gamma means more volatility, and more volatility usually means more downside. Okay, that's what it usually means. VIX is high. VIX is trading above 25, I believe, and if we get 28 on VIX and it continues towards 30, expect a big move down. Then we might have the 10-point day down, who knows. And if VIX decreases, goes under 24 and stays near 23, then the market will recover a little bit. What happens tomorrow, it'll be a totally new day, okay? So right now we're here, it's simple, it's a very simple formula here. We have this very strong support right here, which is the 450 mark, all right? 450, 451. This level needs to hold. We hold above this, we might reverse a little bit, hold here, and then maybe sometime in January we do come and fill these gaps near 435. This is likely going to happen. Accept it. So manage your position size accordingly. Market goes up or down, you can make money both ways. We don't care where the market goes, right? Your equity, that should be totally different. Equity is designed, is meant that if the market sells off a lot or goes down a lot, it is okay to hold through, because I mean, that's equity, right? Unless you're day trading or swing trading, and then you have your stop losses. I think 460 will be a very hard number on SPY now. 460 will be very hard. This week, they're just going to play games with us. We might have continued going down, or we might dip today and we might recover tomorrow. We might recover today and tomorrow again we're down. So I don't know what's going to happen. I'm just going to play level to level, and well, some stocks will go. But 460 is going to be very hard on SPY. Anything under 460, 435 comes. That's all I can say. All right. And if we break 450 today and we hold under 450 and it builds a bear flag, then expect 448 and 444. The number on ES is 4525. I'll write that down here, right? 4525. All right. If we break this, expect 4400s on ES or SPX, whatever you want to call it. All right. A little difference there. All right. So 4525 is a must hold there. Tech also, Q's our number. We always say 380 is a must hold, and looks like it's gonna is finally is fighting at the open. I think the sentiment is that we might rip up. They might buy it, right? So let's see. But 380 is a must hold. If we give up 380, then it's lower. All right. Now a lot of people might think the market is reacting to Omicron. Yes, it is. But even if Omicron was not there, then some other way, the market would probably be behaving the same. But with the Omicron virus, what has happened is it has given us an opportunity to play some names, right? Names like Zoom. On Friday, absolute killer call by many people in the group. LB, he bought in, right? Amazing call by him, and we kind of jumped in at the same time. But you see the thought process, right? He puts in a lot of work, so he knows, and that's where we got this place from. And so Zoom is opening up pre-market. LB's 2-3 layers that he has are going to be up huge. I am in one of his layers also, December 31st. I bought in after he was up 100%, right? I always tell you, it is okay to buy options at a higher price when there's more confirmation. So December 31st, 220 calls, I believe. 220 calls. I had a great day. I hit the lot for 850%, so I was happy. His entry was around $1, I believe. LB, you're in the chat, correct me if I'm wrong. After Zoom ran up, I entered at $2. The same calls, he was up 100% on. I did not chase. I just saw an opportunity. I'm like, you know what, that's fine. I like this stock. I made, and then I bought on more confirmation that, you know what, the news are coming out. There's a likely gap up over the weekend. And these calls ended up going to $3.50 by the end of the day, or $3.30 plus. That same day, I held on. I think he's also holding. And today, they should be around $4.50 to $5.50 at the open. It is up to, if you're in from LB's entry, you should be up 300-400% at the open. It is up to you to manage. He's not going to come and click sell for you. Don't wait for his sell, right? Maybe he wants to let it go to zero. How about you, right? Or scale out at least. Me, I will take my profits. You know, I have, I'm probably going to take my profits right off at the open. I want to sell this news. I want to sell this gap up. And then later, I'll see if I want to hold more. Okay, so that's Zoom. So Zoom, keep an eye on it. You know, with the sentiment, this can run huge. Peloton is another name that you want to keep an eye on. Peloton. Oh, we have Pav here today. Good morning, Pav. Peloton, again, above 43 hold. We have some gaps to the upside, and with this Omicron closures with all the arenas and you know, some sports now that they're closing, this name has a potential to run towards 48 and then 53. Peloton, you can even go 3 months out, buy like $50 calls or something, and just have a stop loss on them, right? Have maybe see how the stock holds here. As long as we don't hold, give up Friday lows, as long as we do not give up Friday lows, the stock is likely going to hit towards 48 and 53. So keep an eye on this name, okay? And you can put your stop loss below Friday's low. So you have to work that ratio in your favor. If you put $200 into it, maybe you're, you know, I mean, don't put it in right at the open because options are volatile. You want to wait to see if you get the proper entry. And then from there, you just manage. The ratio has to be in your favor. Your stop loss might be 20%, but your takeout profits might be 100%. So it's 4-1, right? So if you do 5 trades, as long as you win 2 of them, you still double on your numbers. So work these numbers up. So Peloton. TDOC is another name, right, that can see a big move today. Let me just remove my drawings. These stocks are actually set up in the same way. And TDOC also, if it holds above 100, we can see 102 and all the way towards 120 at least, in my opinion, right? And so these are the names that you want to keep an eye on and play accordingly. They might rip these names up and sell the news later on and continue going lower. That is possible. Just know this. All right. Sometimes the market also knows that with these news, what stocks are going to run, and they might trick us. All right. So remember, DOCU is another name. I love DOCU. I think it has a huge gap fill. This name, if it can continue holding above 150, it has a potential to do something like this in the coming weeks. Whether Omicron is there or not, this is one name that can continue going up. It's a great company. Okay. So keep an eye on this. Amazon on the weekly, it looks great on the weekly. This looks like an ascending thing. I was just going through some charts. You know, the only good thing I can see here is higher lows, higher highs. All right, that's the only thing I see. Do we continue respecting this hold this week? The only thing I can say is if Amazon takes over, if Amazon takes, let me give you guys a number. What's my number? Here, if Amazon takes out 3490 or 3500 plus hold, all-time highs are likely this time. All right, they're very likely. Okay, I'll tell you guys why later on when it gets there, if it gets there. Okay, but if we take out 3490, 3500 plus, is likely going to have a nice move. The best chart I can compare to you is when a stock usually makes a certain kind of this ascending triangle kind of thing. Then it's showing a lot of strength. Their buyers absorbing, and the coming weeks, Amazon can absolutely rip through. Again, the market needs to be strong. If the market is completely weak, then obviously it's going to stop, right? But if the market just even stays sideways, you know, does its little own thing, Amazon is a candidate for a huge run up. The stock has absorbed a lot of selling in the last 18 months, a lot. All right, and Bezos sold a lot. So now that with that pressure gone, with some upgrades, if the market, even if the market holds or it dips a little bit, Amazon is a candidate that can run huge, as long as it takes a 3490 and a 3500 hold above. Okay, my entries, full size entries, are going to come after 3775. All right, I like confirmations. Okay, in between I'll play small if anything, and then I have some names which I wanted to go over. Let's see, what are my names? IWM, weekly chart, we absolutely broke down. The question is, do we hold this level? On RTY, the level is 2100 psychological. If we break under 2100, then we do have a possible, you know, a dip all the way towards here. But IWM here just needs to hold above this 210. It needs to reclaim 220. IWM needs to reclaim 220 plus. and then this will give us a hint to play some small names out there. Small names like or whatever index IWM holds. Okay, Jumia or all these bunch of other small cap names. So IWM, let's wait. Personally, I would not play for downside or upside. It's at a very critical zone here. It's a gambler's zone. Unless you understand the markets deeply, what's going to happen. You've went through a Fed tapering. You've done a lot of research and what's happening, what the funds are doing. Then yes, I would take my bet. But here is not the chance to go short or long. Here you wait to see what's going to happen. If we take out last week's lows, we hold below, then this is going to flush. If we take out last week's high and the other weeks, then this might be a bottom and might reverse back up also. All right. But here it's very hard to say. So I cannot make a bet. And then I have Facebook, Meta. I think this stock, I'm pretty sure many of you guys read the article, is trading much better than the rest of the FANG names when it comes to the P&E. LB, I think, also covered this, right? So this is a name that you want to keep an eye on for long. If we take out this 350 level, right, 350 number, I know by heart, 350 plus hold on Facebook, we get this likely goes towards all-time highs. All right, and plus if we have closure, something like that happens, whatever people are going to do, use Facebook, Instagram, or whatever, right? That just makes us a case for metaverse even stronger. Now people are going to be home, so that's where the bullishness will come. So you want to look at meta names with metaverse associations, right? So that's how you think in the markets. Google and Amazon has a lot to do with metaverse as well. Just know this; it's actually one of the biggest. Just absolute continuation is very strong. 3,000 is very hard on Google. 3,000 is hard. So as long as we can take out 3,000, we go higher. But I do believe on Google, we visit this 2,600, 2,700. I think only then it's a healthy stock. I just don't want this stock keep going up, right? I wanted to pay a visit to 2,700, 2,600 for some time. And then later on, I will see if I want to play Google. Because Google is something that can go in a sideways consolidation for the next 12 months. Remember I said this, okay? Just like how Amazon was. Microsoft 334 was our number. We could have put on 334 each time it got there, right? We nailed them 2 weeks ago or last week, but after I did not play, I was busy with my other stocks. But Microsoft has to hold above these levels. If it fails to take out the 325, if it fails to take 325 to the upside, then we likely have more downside. 305 is where I would probably play a bounce on Microsoft for a $10 bounce, all right, 305-ish. And then obviously we have the 200 DMA, 50 MAs that we need to look out for. But Microsoft also amazing run, amazing stock. I hope it comes down towards 250. I really want to get some equity. I really want to grab some equity long term on this. Walmart, absolute. There are not many people in the market. They catch 100, 200, 300% moves on Walmart these days. But MSL, LB, and Yash absolutely murdered this one. Congrats to you guys, right? This is amazing. Now, what does Walmart do? A lot of selling volume here. It's just unable to hold, right? I'm just waiting for my 154 number to take some long positions and probably setting it up for 2022. So setting it up, I see it, but again, I wanted to take 154 at least, right? That's a long term. Here, I think if it gets down to 137, 136, you can try playing a $1-2 bounce to the upside, right? And then if you're in profits, then you can hold. Maybe it goes back up. And just keep your stop loss below these levels right here if you're playing Walmart. All right. Here I would not enter. It's in a very choppy zone. So I guess just wait for the next entry. Costco, amazing run, amazing company, right? Whether the economy is doing good or bad, Costco is one of those names. The company stays strong, right? It's just a very safe play. Okay. And Costco, I think you don't want to get in here. Premiums are high. Just let it settle for a few weeks maybe. Right, and unless it takes an all-time high and holds above, then we have continuation. Otherwise, I would just personally wait. Me, if I was to play Costco, I would actually buy puts a few weeks out. I think it goes lower slowly. There's nothing wrong with the stock, but it just needs to correct its price action a little bit, and then we can see upside. Home Depot, congrats if you guys got. Wow, look, we have this chart right here, and it's working out to be great. Hold above 100, uptrend continues. It failed. We had the puts, right? I had a very small size. I nailed a few 100% on Friday. Yash nailed it. Many people in the group nailed it. Bucky was on this amazing patience, Bucky. And, room to 398, 390, and 370. Home Depot, I will play calls. You can put the alert on you can set the alert on your charts. If HT gets 370, this is a very highly likely trade which is going to work. Okay, if HT gets 370 or 370.50, I'm pretty sure you get a $5 bounce on it. And you catch this $5 bounce, you can literally get 50%, 100%, 150% depending on the strike you play on your options. So that's something that I'm gonna put an alert on right at the open. If we get 370 on Home Depot, I might play calls on it just for a scalp. It could be a half an hour trade maybe. I have no idea. All right. Micron has earnings today. After market, Micron has earnings, so chip names we'll be watching. Let's see what they do. For now, no comments on them. Right, if the market goes weak, then obviously they can flush. Micron, I just want to see the earnings, their guidance, and they do have a gap fill right here, 76.90. If Micron gaps down tomorrow after earnings, expect chip names to be weak. They'll use that as an excuse to flush them. If Micron is strong, they raise their guidance and they hold the price levels, and the market bounces tomorrow, some chip names may run. The candidates are LRCX, right? 715 LRCX needs here. I have no idea what it's going to do, whether it's going to hold this retest or is it going to give up gains. But 715 is a must on LRCX. Until then, I would avoid. I have some January calls. I'm holding them. Let's see how they play out. ASML, another name, candidate, right? It needs, so 890 is far, but here, let's see if it can just hold green. If it can stay above 800, if ASML can go above 800 and hold, this name has a potential. I might even grab some calls in the coming 1-2 weeks if we recover on these names. All right. And then we have Nike has earnings. I went over this last night. Double top here. That's a huge double top. Lot of selling. What happens on earnings? Let's see. But it does have this gap fill that needs to be complete. 133. This is another big metaverse name. Nike, Adidas. All these companies are trying to get themselves into metaverse, and they're making some crazy money without even that expensive. So let's see how this one plays out. Earnings will be very important. I do want to hear their forecast and see what they have to say. And I think that's it, guys. All I can say is go through the gamma report, right? We are expecting volatility today. We're expecting it to the upside or downside. I don't know, right? But if 45.25 breaks, if it breaks and holds under, because that can act as support first, and then it can act as resistance. Just know this. So 45.25 will be a key level on SPX. So based on that, I might play SPY. If it touches 45.25 and it takes out the high of the day, I will probably buy some SPY calls today because the volatility will be high. Right? I want to take advantage of the move. It is a short week, remember. For SPY, we're probably going to play today's expiration. If it takes below 45.25, it breaks it. 45.25 will then become resistance. All right, just know this. So let's see what's going to happen, and take it easy. Lock in your profits on Zoom. God bless. Manage. It's a short week. No need to rush into anything. It's a Christmas week. If you had a great year, end the year green. Here the markets are very iffy. I have no idea what's going to happen unless you understand what stocks will be in play on the daily basis. God bless. See you guys back in the chat.